Hello, my name is Frank Cassello, and I am a full stack Java developer. Here's my wife and I, my daughters, stepdaughters, daughters and grandchildren, and my dog Hennessy. We also have an honorary daughter and her three children, my stepson and his wife, my wife's dog, and my daughter's dog, and some shots of me and the grandchildren. I spent 20 years in the Navy as an intel analyst. I've lived on three continents other than North America and have actually been around the globe 4 times. I had I've had an elephant pick me up in his trunk in Thailand. I sat next to a full-size Bengal tiger in Thailand, and I have had monkeys take peanuts out of my hand in Gibraltar. And this brings me to my hobbies. I'm an avid gamer. Board games, role-playing games, card games, computer games. If it's a game, I've probably played it. I've also enjoyed canoeing and scuba diving. I made about a dozen dives while I was stationed in Cuba. And while I was there, I actually saw a 16-foot great white. So from there, because of my interest in games, I went to the University of Advancing Technology in Tempe, Arizona, where I got a BA in game design. I've developed a game around abstract art and a card game. I'm hoping to get both of those published next year. I'm also working on two more board games for player versus player, a mecha game and a game based on um, aircraft launching from an aircraft carrier to against land targets. So why Claim Academy? I have college experience with Python, Java, and HTML, and I was kind of hoping to combine my Navy experience with my game design degree and my now Java skills. And this brings me to my project. So as a gamer, I've played almost every genre of game, and one of my favorite genres is science fiction. As a narrator for these games, it's my job to design solar systems and planets for the players to encounter. To create one solar system, however, can take hours. I've I combined the tables and charts from each of these game systems, approximately 60 different pages worth, to create this project. So imagine taking 2 hours or more to create a solar system for almost every one of these hexes. We're talking 70 hexes, 2 hours, 140 hours or more. You're talking about a full-time job uh, for a month to just create one subsector. Which takes me now to my, how do I get to, which takes me to my project. So in this project, we're going to randomly generate an entire solar system. As I mentioned earlier, it could take 2 hours or more, and that's if the player likes all the rolls and does all the math correctly. So we're going to randomly generate one. And yes, we do want to do this. This one, for example, this tells you all about the star. It's a O type or a hot blue. It's a temperature 4, a dwarf. Our sun is a G4 dwarf as well. Mass of the star, the brightness of the star, and all these are the different orbits. And eventually I'll have composition of each planet and how long each one takes to rotate around the sun. But let's see if we can generate something in the green zone. Okay, here we go. So in the 9th orbit, we have a planet in the green zone. Earth in our solar system is in the green zone. This is where life happens. But on this particular planet, it has a dense atmosphere. It's extremely hot, 91 degrees Celsius. It's almost entirely covered in water, 95%. So they'll have archipelagos. and there's approximately 280,000 beings on this world. By doing this, it significantly decreases the amount of time it would take to generate these things. Future enhancements, I'd like to be able to give the opportunity for the player to be able to edit it for himself, to choose what kind of water he wants or what kind of government and law levels and other things like that. I'm also I'd also like to create a combat helper. Hero system is very complicated when it comes to combat. Sometimes we joke that it takes someone with a math degree to do it. So I'd like to create a helper and an aid to make that go a little faster. These are some of the technologies I used for my project. So Java, HTML, JavaScript, CSS, MySQL, Apache, Tomcat, and Spring Boot. So as a former altar boy, CPR instructor, and Navy sailor, I've always been in the service of my community and my country, and look forward to doing so again in the future. Once again, my name is Frank Cassello. I'm an Intel analyst, a serious game designer, and a full stack Java developer.